The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Although pork prices are going down due to low demand, vegetables and rice are getting more expensive in markets. Why is that so? Let's get the answer in this report from Shaila Francisco.
While pork prices are dropping, some vegetables are getting more expensive. In fact, prices of some vegetable products are even higher than those of pork and chicken. Based on the Agriculture Department's monitoring, prices of carrots, chayote, red onion, and imported garlic went up by 10 to 60 pesos. Sili or chili pepper is now 300 pesos a kilo, more than double its price last week.
No supply and demand kasi pag tag-ulan wala masyadong harvest niyan eh.
The good news is some highland vegetables like cabbage, Baguio beans, and pechay Baguio are now cheaper by 10 to 50 pesos. Lowland vegetables such as ampalaya, sitaw, and eggplant meanwhile are down by 20 to 30 pesos. But retailers and consumers still find these vegetables expensive.
Hinahati na lang po ma'am namin. Yung isang repolyo ma'am, hinahati namin sa dalawa para kinabukasan pwede pa po yung kalahati. Nag-a-adjust na lang po kami sa gulay.
Nahihirapan po yung mga customer namin, hindi makabili yung iba. Minsan naghanap sila ng mas maliliit, kaya tingi-tingi na lang, di nakakabili ng per kilo. Mahina rin yung benta.
Rice prices in some markets are also climbing since the ECQ started. In the Commonwealth market, some retailers hiked prices of rice by 2 to 4 pesos.
Kung magkano yung tinaas sa amin ng supplier, ganun din yung tinaas namin sa mga customer. Wala pa daw ganitong month tumataas talaga.
But some retailers decided to retain previous prices as they are still finishing the sale of older stock. Despite these challenges, the DA says there should be no price hike in rice.
Stable ang supply natin ng bigas. Okay? More than 80 days ang end of the year, yun ang inventaryo namin. Bakit tinataas pa nila? Marami naman. Despite that, marami po tayong supply ng bigas. Ginagawa lang nilang dahilan dahil lean months.
The DA says it will continue monitoring the situation to find out why prices are getting higher. Shaila Francisco, PR1 News.
President Duterte reverses his previous stance and is now allowing the building of casinos in Boracay. Duterte said he wants gambling houses opened in Boracay as the government is now in need of more funds amid the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a reversal from a statement 3 years ago where he said that he was against the building of a casino on the island. The president apologized for the contradiction, stressing the need to open Boracay for more tourists to beef up the government's coffers.
Magsabi ka, to si Duterte, bakit sabi mo ayaw mo ng sugal? Tapos ngayon, basin yung sa Boracay, yung gambling house doon, ini-encourage mong buksan para sa tourist. Patawarin na po ninyo ako for the contradiction. Ngayon po, wala tayong pera. Kung saan man tayo makakuha ng pera, kukunin ko. Kung dyan sa gambling, so be it.
Meanwhile, the president also claims the family of former Justice Antonio Carpio owns one of the developments in Boracay Island, which is classified as forest and agricultural land. Duterte said he called Agrarian Reform Secretary John Castriciones to subject pieces of property and other subdivisions in the area to land reform.
So nung nalaman ko na marami ng subdivision sa likod, sa beach, I called Castriciones. Pumunta ka doon sa likod at tignan mo. Tapos sabi ko sa DAR, pag-apply ka kayo, ipa-declare natin yan as agricultural. Kaya niland reform ko.
President Duterte says imposing martial law is necessary to finally clean up the country's estuaries. Duterte explained that simply cleaning and dredging estuaries or esteros is no longer effective ways to deal with the problem. And instead, the chief executive claimed that the government must enforce a more drastic approach that cannot be done without imposing military rule.
Kailangan i-drench na talaga natin, including the esteros, and if need be, destroy all houses. At yung mga esteros na dinakaw ng subdivisions, buksan, pilitin mo. But you need another martial law power for a president someday to do this thing. Yang walang TRO, basta yung mali, ano yung original mapa ang sundin, then this country could find a relief of what it is now a quagmire of our country.
Duterte also defended the Environment Department's 28 million peso Dolomite Beach project. Recall that during his last SONA, the president admitted that the Dolomite dumping was just a temporary fix to restoring Manila Bay to its former glory. Still, the president insisted that the artificial sand along the shores of Manila Bay is beautiful.
Dolomite is beautiful to the eyes. Period. Huwag ka nang magtanong kasi hindi naman ninyo kaya kung kayo. You had your chance actually. For so many years, you had every chance to do it. Was there anybody willing to take the problem by its horns? Sisimato lang.
Despite limited mobility due to the pandemic, plastic pollution has worsened in the country. That's why environmental experts are calling for a more heightened response to avoid another Yolanda-like catastrophe. Mobile journalist Stanley Gahete gives us a front seat to the story.
Human mobility and activity slowed down after the coronavirus outbreak, giving Mother Earth a break. But experts said the pandemic has worsened pollution and continued to endanger the world. As people stayed at their homes, new businesses blossomed driven by online shopping and food delivery, but created a new problem: plastics. Plastic packaging, face masks and face shields are choking river systems and the seas worse than pre-pandemic levels.
The number of ratio multiplied by the number of population in a city. Puso pa ngayon ang mga delivery online. It worsened.
The government appeared not worried about the plastic problems and climate change, allocating only 165 million pesos for the Climate Change Commission's budget for this year. Experts question the government's commitment to cut down carbon emission to help achieve global target.
Paano disposal nun? Knowing na yung Pilipinas o yung ilang Asian countries, siya yung lagi naka-front dun sa maraming bagyo.
Environment experts advise the government to prepare for another Yolanda-like typhoon and take measures to live up to its Paris 2015 commitment to limit global warming below 2 degrees Celsius before it's too late.
Maganda magkaroon ng national, yung comprehensive ban on plastic, on single-use plastic. Pero hindi kasi clean up lang yung solusyon. We need systemic change.
Let's accept the fact that climate change is here and we cannot reverse anymore the environmental effects of it. What we can only do now is to slow down its impact. The question is, do you have enough programs and policies to address climate change? I am Stanley Gahete and we are One News.
Wheelchair racer Gerald Mangliwan is going to the finals in the Tokyo Paralympics track event. Mangliwan qualified for the finals of the men's 400-meter event after clocking 1 minute and 3 seconds. He now ranks 7th out of the 10 racers advancing to the next round. But it's going to be a busy Friday for Mangliwan since the final race will also be held today around 7:16 p.m. Philippine time. Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines.
Not temporary, it lasts forever.
U.S. President Joe Biden vows to continue their evacuation efforts in Afghanistan and to hunt down those responsible for the twin explosions in Kabul. Bugbog na kami. That's what PhilHealth Chief Dante Gueran had to say during yesterday's House hearing on the state insurer's unpaid claims. And People's Champ Manny Pacquiao is hinting at a possible rematch against your Dennis Ugas. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 1 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.